Frank banked the most money in that round. Eddie banked the most in that round. In that round, Tony banked the most money. Gary banked the most in that round. Evelyn banked the most in that round. In that round, Mary banked the most money. In that round, Ravi banked the most money. Amber banked the most in that round. In that round, Ruth banked the most money. In that round, William banked the most money. Angela was the player that banked the most. Alan banked more than anyone else. Cindy banked the most money. Jenny banked more than anyone else. Samantha banked the most money. Jojo banked more than anyone else. Karen banked the most money. Jules banked more than anyone else. Barry banked the most money. Steve was the player that banked the most. Rose banked more than anyone else. Sarah banked the most money. Nick was the player that banked the most. Tim banked more than anyone else. Any one of the rules below can be selected by moving up and down and adjusted by moving left and right. Please select your contestant for the Weakest Link Championship. You are through to round 1 of the championship with prize money of $1 million. You are through to round 2 of the championship with prize money of $4 million. You are through to round 3 of the championship with prize money of $12 million. You are through to the final of the championship with prize money of $50 million. It's time to go to the studio. Any one of the options below can be selected by moving up and down and pressing the space bar. Up to 7 contestants may now be selected to play The Weakest Link. Up to 8 contestants may now be selected to play The Weakest Link. You can start the game at any time by pressing the Enter key. Use options to change console settings. Of the 24 people preparing for today's show, any one can be chosen to play for the prize money by highlighting that character and pressing the space bar. Here's your chance to bend the rules. Angela, age 43, a county clerk from Madison, Wisconsin. Frank, age 66, a retired bank manager from Phoenix, Arizona. Alan, age 41, a CPA from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Cindy, age 40, a PE teacher from Boston, Massachusetts. Eddie, age 42, a truck driver from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jenny, age 31, a receptionist from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tony, age 39, an executive recruiter from Chicago, Illinois. Samantha, age 20, a store manager from Miami, Florida. Gary, age 21, a college graduate living in Berkeley, California. Jojo, a high school student living in Denver, Colorado. Karen, age 25, a secretary from St. Louis, Missouri. Evelyn, age 39, a catering business owner from Little Rock, Arkansas. Jules, age 21, a fashion design student from New York City. Mary, age 28, a waitress from Austin, Texas. Barry, age 38, a cab driver from Brooklyn, New York. Steve, age 37, a city councilman from Hartford, Connecticut. Ravi, age 24, an accounting student from Cincinnati, Ohio. Rose, age 59, a housewife and grandmother from Salt Lake City, Utah. Ruth, age 17, a high school senior from Kansas City, Kansas. Sarah, age 47, a journalist from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Nick, age 45, a commodities trader from Atlanta, Georgia. Amber, age 38, an interior designer from Memphis, Tennessee. Tim, age 29, a computer programmer from San Diego, California. William, age 35, an air traffic controller from Washington, D.C. As a single player, you may now select your contestant to play The Weakest Link. The team has to rely on their memories and instincts when they make this decision. The team has to rely on their memories and instincts when they make this decision. Angela is the strongest link. Statistically, the strongest link is Frank. Alan is the strongest link in this round. Cindy is statistically the strongest link. In this round, Eddie is the strongest link. Statistically, Jenny is the strongest link. The strongest link is Tony. Samantha is the strongest link. Gary is the strongest link in this round. Jojo is the strongest link statistically. Karen statistically is the strongest link. Statistically, Evelyn is the strongest link. The strongest link is Jules. Mary is the strongest link in this round. Barry is the strongest link. Statistically, the strongest link is Steve. Ravi is the strongest link statistically. Rose is statistically the strongest link. Ruth statistically is the strongest link. In this round, Sarah is the strongest link. Statistically, Nick is the strongest link. The strongest link is Amber. Tim is the strongest link. Statistically, the strongest link is William. But will the votes follow the facts? But at this stage of the game, will the rest of the team have noticed? But how will the votes go? Will this help when it comes to voting? Will the votes follow the statistics? But will the team be aware of this? Whose game is over now? But will the team notice that? Who will collect the votes this time? But will the voting reflect reality? The players voted as follows: Alan, Amber, Angela, Barry, Cindy, Eddie, Evelyn, Frank, Gary, Jenny, Jojo, Jules, Karen, Mary, Nick, Ravi, Rose, Ruth, Samantha, Sarah, Steve, Tim, Tony, William. Angela is the weakest link. In this round, Frank is the weakest link. Alan is the weakest link in this round. Statistically, Cindy is the weakest link. Eddie is the weakest link. In this round, Jenny is the weakest link. Tony is the weakest link in this round. Samantha is the weakest link statistically. The weakest link is Gary. Jojo is the weakest link. Karen is the weakest link in this round. Statistically, Evelyn is the weakest link. The weakest link is Jules. Mary is the weakest link. In this round, Barry is the weakest link. Steve is the weakest link in this round. The weakest link is Ravi. Rose is the weakest link. In this round, Ruth is the weakest link. Sarah was the weakest link in that round. Nick is the weakest link statistically. Statistically, Amber is the weakest link. The weakest link is Tim. William is the weakest link.
Let's play the weakest link. In science, in nature, in geography, in the arts, in entertainment, in sports, in history, in politics, in literature. Which one of these answers is correct? Which one of these is correct? Select the correct answer. Which one of these is right? Select the right answer. Alan.
Alan.
Amber.
Amber.
Angela.
Angela.
Barry.
Barry.
Cindy.
Cindy.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Frank.
Frank.
Gary.
Gary.
Jenny.
Jenny.
Jojo.
Jojo.
Jules.
Jules.
Karen.
Karen.
Mary.
Mary.
Nick.
Nick.
Ravi.
Ravi.
Rose.
Rose.
Ruth.
Ruth.
Samantha.
Samantha.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Steve.
Steve.
Tim.
Tim.
Tony.
Tony.
William.
William.
At this rate, we'll never get started. Is it a bit complicated for you? Are the words too hard for you? Are we a little bit confused? Shall we all take a nap while you go on deciding? Oh dear, decisions are not your major forte, are they? At this rate, we'll never get started. Do you want to get someone to read it out loud to you? Heaven knows what'll happen if I ask you something difficult. Hardly the decisive type, are you? That means you are today's strongest link, and you go away with the prize money. You leave with nothing. As the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first. Let's play the weakest link. If you answer this correctly, you have won. You need to answer this correctly to stay in the game. We now go into a sudden death situation. The questions will continue in pairs. If one of you gets your question correct, then the other will have to answer correctly or lose. Let's play sudden death. Not very good, were you? So what happened? Shameful. Not a good round at all. Any excuses for that performance? Not exactly a scintillating performance, team. Well, didn't get many right, did you? I'm surprised you've got this far. That was hardly brilliant, was it? Dear, dear, that was a shocker. My goodness, what a disaster. Didn't really do the business there, did you? So, what went wrong? Didn't you like the questions? A pretty lacklustre performance. I imagine you're pretty embarrassed right now. That was, in a word, appalling. I cannot imagine how your family will feel watching this. Perhaps you didn't hear the questions properly. I think I'd feel rather ashamed if I were you. Well, not much of a contribution there, was there? I'd say that was a disaster. Do you actually understand the idea of the game? You do know, do you, you're supposed to give the right answers? Was that the best you could do? I have to say, I am at a loss for words. Rather let the others down in that round, didn't you? A somewhat substandard performance, I think you'll agree. Well, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the game played that badly before. What on earth was going on there? Goodbye, 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 goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Welcome to the weakest link. 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 Oh dear, just the one player. Don't you have any friends? There's more than one of you. Well, at least you can't all be voted off in round one. Are you sure the championship is not for intellectual lightweights? Yes, you probably do need to cheat. Ah, so the standard settings aren't good enough for you. Interesting choice. That's not who I'd have chosen. I thought you were supposed to know something about science. A rocket scientist you are not. Now, you told us you were interested in history. Keep performing like that, and that'll be what you'll be. Leisure is meant to be your specialist subject. Clearly, you didn't do any work preparing. For someone whose specialist subject is politics, that was a dismal performance on a showing like that. I'd expect to be voted out yourself. Now, you said people was your subject, but I think perhaps you've made a mistake because you don't even appear to know your own name, let alone anyone else's. I thought you were an expert on places. I'm amazed you could even find your way to the studio today. You told us, apparently, that nature was your specialist subject. Do you even know what the word means? Art is supposed to be your specialist subject, but I doubt you could tell the difference between a watercolour and a matte vinyl. Now, you told us you were interested in literature. Was that a fantasy, perhaps? Because I'm beginning to wonder if you've ever read a book at all. For someone whose specialist subject is sport, that was a pretty amazingly poor performance. If I was on your team, I'd want to transfer immediately. For someone of your age, you do seem remarkably uninformed. You'd think you might have at least learnt something from your job. What sort of questions did you think you were going to get? Obviously not the sort I've asked you. Is your hearing going? Because you don't seem to have understood a single question I've asked you. I thought as a student you'd at least be an expert on television, but you obviously don't even watch the box. Someone of your age should have known the pop music questions, if nothing else. Some questions too hard for you. Is that it? Tell me, how are your grades at school? Perform like that in your exams and there'll be a lot of resits for you. Tell me, did you actually go to school? Did you ever pass any exams? You did go to university, did you? You actually got a degree. Well, you don't seem to know anything about your specialist subjects, let alone anything else. Well, you haven't managed to pick up any knowledge at all from your hobbies. If you perform as badly as that at work, I'm amazed you've managed to hold down a job at all. Tell me, was I speaking a language you don't understand? Was that the problem? Let me see if I've got this clear. In your job, you actually give advice to other people. I find that pretty scary. I wonder how your customers and clients are going to feel. Do you think they'd be encouraged by your outstanding performance here today? After that performance, I imagine your family are all rushing out to change their names to avoid embarrassment. And tell me, what do you do with your spare time? Clearly, you don't spend it keeping up with current affairs. I think perhaps you ought to get out a bit more, then you might have a better idea of what's going on in the world. Tell me, do you think you'll be able to find your own way home? Because your knowledge of geography is pretty suspect. Tell me, do you only write for newspapers as opposed to reading them? Maybe you should change the one you read, and you might be a bit better informed. I am, of course, assuming you do read a newspaper. Could I suggest you buy a radio, then perhaps you could answer at least some of the music questions. You will answer first. You are the strongest link remaining, and you will answer first. Start the clock. That was an absolutely pathetic amount banked. Not a very impressive total, team, in the least. Well, allegedly the weakest links are gone, and still you only get this much. That money will go through to the next round, but one of you will not. Today's prize money is shown at the bottom of your screen. You very nearly reached your target. You're not much use when it comes to technology, are you? Got lots of time to waste, have we? Would you like someone to press the buttons for you? Hurry up, are you going to play or not? Well, what are we waiting for? If you take this long in the game, your stay with us will be very short. Come on, hurry up, it's not really that difficult. Do you honestly expect to be able to win being this slow? I suggest you get on with it. Sometime this week would be nice. It's time to vote off the weakest link. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Why this person? Why did you vote for him? Why did you vote for her? With 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. With 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. With 5 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. With 6 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. You have the most votes. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. We have a tie. When the vote is tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. As the strongest link, you get to choose. So, who will it be? It looks very much like you voted off a rival. Correct. The first question is for $5,000. The first question is for $15,000. The first question is for $50,000. Time's up. Time's up. You could have won $125,000. You've reached and banked your $125,000 target. Time's up. You could have won $500,000. You've reached and banked your $500,000 target. Time's up. You could have won $1.5 million. You've reached and banked your $1.5 million target. Time's up. You could have won $6.25 million. You've reached and banked your $6.25 million target. Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your $125,000 target within the time limit. Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your $500,000 target within the time limit. Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your $1.5 million target within the time limit. Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your $6.25 million target
within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 7 correct answers. Get your question wrong, and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward.
Wrong.
I haven't got a clue. I'm on it. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. It's got to be the top one. It's got to be the bottom one. Yep, could have done better. Complete disaster, yeah. It all went downhill that time. I'm just a little, because I thought I was on, and then your mind starts floating, and the next thing you're doing that walk of shame, which I definitely do not recommend. But I blew it, so that's the price you gotta pay. You gotta be able to get some of them right, but he just kept blowing it. Did she get any right in that round? I don't think so. Too unsure of himself. Took too long. You just gotta do it, She needs to be more positive, Glass half full. Learn to make up her mind more quickly or something. I'm here for some cash, but I don't think he banked a red cent that round. I know children who are better at banking money than she is. The vibes I'm getting from him are not very positive. It's like he doesn't want to be a winner. I like people with energy around me. I could just tell, she wasn't up for it. And when you see that, well, what can you do? They're good. Too good, maybe. Gotta go then, know what I mean? It's like the others just wanted to get me off, I don't know why. That's their problem. I'm pretty happy with what I did, so if they weren't, I guess that's their right. Some of the stuff I'm just not into, Hey, I'm not the only one messing things up. Some of the others need to think about what they're doing, too. It was all basically okay in the end. The people were cool, and it's a definite buzz being in the studio and everything. Yeah, it was good. I hope they all do all right. I'll go first. I'll go second. Yeah, well, if you say so. I just don't think it's cool to give people such a hard time, I know there's some others here not giving it their all. I'm Gary, 21, college grad living in Berkeley. I'm into martial arts, movies, and clubbing with my friends. Yeah, winning's really sweet. It's like I did good most of the time and everything, and I suppose things just happen for me. Definitely excited about the bucks. They'll come in real handy.
This does not register. The answer is straightforward. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I predict the top answer is correct. I predict the bottom answer is correct. That is correct. I was certainly not functioning at maximum capacity in that round. I'll try to improve my performance. Indeed, my answer to question ratio was pitifully low. It doesn't make sense. The words that I uttered and the thoughts in my mind did not always seem to correspond. Perhaps the pressure produced by the studio environment was the variable that I had not taken into account in my preparation. Yes, a valuable lesson for me to learn. Preparation is the key. And I had a bit of a system failure, I'm afraid. The proportion of incorrect answers he entered was too great for my system to cope with. I think she must have suffered a system crash in that round. His download time appears to be far too long. If my system took as long as she did to boot up, I'd upgrade immediately. His ability to accumulate and store money-related data has apparently been deleted. Maybe she needs a new spreadsheet program to help her calculate financial information, because just now, she was crashing. Some systems are not compatible. That is the case here. My hardware and his software just don't interface. She's a Mac and I'm a PC, and our network just isn't communicating. I believe that the quality of their overall performance is of such a strong nature that it would prohibit my progress should I reach the game's conclusion, and therefore it seems wise to terminate their connection now. I was most discomforted at being ejected at this stage of the game. Undoubtedly, my membership in Mensa was intimidating to some people, and they felt that in order to secure a better chance at the prize for themselves, they should opt to continue without my input. Yes, that would seem to be the logical conclusion. How unfortunate. For them. I was having problems interpreting the format of the questions. I'm just not processing the answers fast enough. There must be low data flow between my mouth and brain. When you analyze the results, it was obvious that the errors I made significantly hindered the team's progress, so they were certainly justified in affecting my removal. The day, nonetheless, has been a fascinating and absorbing experience. I hope they continue to prosper. I'll go first. I'll go second. That is an invalid comment. I have to disagree with your analysis of that round. Your statement is not a fair representation of my performance in that round. I'm Tim, I'm 29, and I'm a computer programmer from San Diego. I'm also interested in steam engines and birdwatching. Statistically, before the game began, I predicted that I had the best chance of winning, so I'm delighted to see that the forecast I made to this effect was accurate. I intend to use my winnings in the development of a new secret software program I've been working on.
That's quite hard, isn't it? Yes, yes. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I'm positive it's the top answer. I'm positive it's the bottom answer. Yes, perhaps a little disappointing. Oh dear, I have been a naughty girl. Oops. I do hope the others will be able to forgive me. Oh dear, I just got rather flustered. All those people looking at me. My mind started to wander. I don't know where. I suppose I must have been thinking about other things. I'll just have to find some sweet, charming man to take me on that Caribbean cruise I'd been planning with my winnings. He just kept getting it wrong, and I am a girl who likes things done properly. I do hope she doesn't get so many things in real life wrong. There are times when being fast is what's needed. He doesn't seem to appreciate that. Sometimes I like to linger over things myself, but I think she went a teensy bit too far in that round. I'm afraid my tastes are rather expensive, and he isn't really making enough money to keep me satisfied. Perhaps she isn't used to lots of money. She did seem a bit too frightened of it to want to put it in the bank. I have met many, many people in my time. Most of them I managed to hit it off with, but I'm afraid he and I just don't have the right sort of chemistry. For some reason, I just seem to get on better with men. Playing dirty, of course, isn't something I normally do, but I'm making an exception here. A girl's got to look after herself, doesn't she? And they're strong. Just too strong. I have to say, I think one or two of the women on the team may have sided against me. I can't imagine why. They just didn't seem to want me there, no matter what I did. Still, I'm used to that. People have always been rather envious of me. Really, I suppose I must have been thinking about something else. I'm afraid there are some things that I'm just not interested in, as much as others. I like things to go a little bit more slowly. Rushing always upsets me. Sometimes disappointing things happen. But everyone has been so kind, so hospitable, and meeting Anne face to face was really quite enchanting. I'll go first. I'll go second. I do think you're being just the teensiest bit rough with me. I do think one or two of the others' concentrations seem to be elsewhere more than mine. But I've been trying so hard to please everybody. Hello, I'm Amber. I'm 38 and I'm an interior designer from Memphis, Tennessee. I love socializing with friends, keeping fit, and all things physical. It's all been overwhelming. Everyone's been so simply marvelous. I love them all. Thank you so much, everyone. You've been a wonderful team.
I just don't know, sorry. Ooh, I know this. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes! Bank. Yes, it's the top one. Yes, it's the bottom one. I got tons wrong, I know. Oh, I was pitiful, wasn't I? I know, I'm so silly. I'm just so stupid. I'm not normally this slow. Just the lights and all the people, I got a bit, they still let you have more time. It's as bad as being at work. Hurry up, do this, do that. I should have just taken my time more. Oh well. I think he got a couple wrong, didn't he? I think she must have got more wrong than me. He just seemed to space out too much, I think. She was just a little, hesitant, that's it. Even I know you've got to try and build up the bank, but he wasn't doing that. I know I shouldn't talk, because I can never seem to save a penny myself, but then this isn't real money, is it? So she could have put a little bit away, I think. I don't like to be mean, but he just seemed, a bit, you know what I mean? Oh, she was just kind of, I don't know really. And that dress she had on, come on. They do seem very smart, and I know it's not very nice, and I feel awful. I just think I have more of a chance if they get voted off. I think they got rid of me because I like to take my time. I just wanted to make sure I was getting the right answers, that's all. And then they all started getting stressed at me, and I think it's better to think and get it right, don't you? It was all just happening too fast for me. I'm much better on questions about TV and Hollywood. Mine were so much harder than all the others. It was really fun, the whole thing, so I don't mind going. I mean, they were right to throw me off. I got loads of things wrong and took too long. But I hope they all do really well. I'll go first. I'll go second. Now you're just picking on me. I'm not that bad. I'm not as stupid as I look, you know. I don't believe I'm as bad as some people I could talk about. Hi, I'm Karen. I'm 25, and I'm a secretary from St. Louis. I like hanging out with my friends, watching television, and shopping. Wow, it's great. I can't believe it. I'm going to have a complete makeover. Hair, nails, makeup, take a long vacation, somewhere nice and sunny. Oh, get a tan, and I don't know what else. Maybe I'll get a promotion at work now. Show the boss I'm not as ditzy as he thinks. I'm sorry, dear, I don't know. Thank heavens, I know this one. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I think it might possibly be the top one. I think it might possibly be the bottom one. Oh, I know, that was a wee bit embarrassing, wasn't it? I think even my grandchildren could have answered a couple of those. I'm not doing very well. I hope the team gives me another chance. You know, once I got going, I was really starting to enjoy myself. And then to make a silly mistake like I did. Dear me, that was quite awful. Having got so far, I would have liked to have gone on, really. I was starting to feel really determined. He just seems to be making more mistakes than the rest of us. I'm sorry, but she did get some rather easy ones wrong in that round. I'm a granny, but you'd think he was the way he was dithering. No one expects you to rush, but I think even I'm quicker at this than she is. I'd like to win some money to give my grandchildren a treat, but he isn't really putting enough away for us. I'd love to make a little extra money just to supplement my pension, but I'll be coming away with nothing if she keeps forgetting to bank. I never like to say anything unpleasant about people. Let's just say that he is not someone I'd like to meet for coffee. Oh dear, she just wasn't my type at all, I'm afraid. I don't know why, but I just never managed to warm to her. I know it's a bit mean, but they're so much better than I am. I've got no chance against them, so I'm using my vote just to try and make things a bit easier for myself. Perhaps some of the younger ones felt I was slowing them down a bit, but I do like to think before I speak. And, as for some of the questions, I don't think you can expect a lady of my years to know such things. The others just got impatient with me and wanted me off. A bit unfair, I think. I just think it was all going a bit too fast for me. I just didn't hear the questions properly. I do think I got all the easy ones right, though. Everyone's been so lovely and charming, really made me feel at home. And Anne was so lovely, too. I really enjoyed myself. I hope my grandchildren enjoy watching their granny on the tube. That's the main reason I came on. I'll go first. I'll go second. A few of the questions were about things I hadn't really heard of before. I don't think it's right the way people gang up on each other. Look at some of the others. I'm sure they're doing just as badly. I'm Rose, I'm 59, and I'm a housewife and grandmother from Salt Lake City. My hobbies are gardening, watching nature programs, and embroidery. Oh my, this is a surprise. There I was, all these bright young people. Well, I guess it just goes to show. Perhaps there's life in the old dog yet.
Nope. I think I've got it. Pass. Oh no. Oh yes. Bank. The top one is the right answer. The bottom one is the right answer. I know. I really better get my act together. I'm pretty disappointed with my performance, you could say. Some of the ones I got wrong were pretty easy, yes. I was horrible. No two ways about it. Missed some really easy questions and hesitated far too much. Nearly all the ones I got wrong. If I just thought a bit longer. That's what I'm so upset about. Should have done a lot better. Accuracy is important to me, so I hate seeing someone make simple mistakes like he's been doing. It seemed as though every question you asked her, she got wrong. We need to speed things up a bit if we're going to get anywhere, but I don't think he can handle it. I'm upset at how long she takes to answer all the time. I deal with money all the time, but I think he isn't used to it. All the chances to bank, he missed. We're never going to build up a decent pot if she keeps missing chances to bank, like she did in that round. I just don't think he's handling the pressure, and he isn't really worried about the rest of the team. Those sorts of people are pretty hard to work with. I just don't think she's got much to offer the team, and we will do a whole lot better when she's not here. We might make a bit less money without them, but then I think I've got a better chance of getting it if I don't have to play against them, so I'm just trying to give myself the best possible chance of winning. The questions I got seemed far more difficult than the others. And I seemed to bank the most, but they got rid of me all the same. I just think they've made a big mistake, as there are others on the team who are far weaker and were holding them back a lot more than I was. I'd be really surprised if they manage to get up to a decent total with the people they've got left. I don't think I'm doing any worse than the others. Plenty of people are making a mess of things. It's not just me. At least I wasn't hesitating or wasting time. I've always been a big fan of the show, so just getting on it was really good for me. I'll probably have to take a lot of abuse from my friends, but that's okay. And I got to meet Anne, so it can't be all that bad. I'll go first. I'll go second. Everyone should be allowed to have one bad round. I really don't think my mistakes were that bad. I think you are making it seem far worse than it was. I'm Ravi, age 24, from Cincinnati. I'm studying to be a CPA. I play soccer with a local Sunday league team and like to go to the movies in my spare time. I thought I had a chance of doing well right from the start. Then I seemed to get really focused and I started to feel very confident. I think I was probably the strongest player, so overall, yes, I probably deserve to win.
I don't know this. Yeah, I've got it. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I'll go with the top one. I'll go with the bottom one. Yeah, not too good, no. I definitely wasn't up to speed. I better whip myself into shape fast. I was firing answers too quickly instead of thinking about them because I was too aware of the clock. I should have tried to focus more. It was only right that I got voted out. In a big game, you can't afford the kind of unforced errors he's been making. The way she was getting things wrong, we were lucky not to get eliminated in that round. He's just too slow getting out of the blocks. He answers every question like it's a marathon, not a sprint. She'd never make a runner. A walker, perhaps, but not a runner. I want to be playing in the big leagues, not the minors, and you need money for that. He isn't banking squat for us. We're here to play the game and make some money, so if she's not doing that, we need to have people who will. If you've got someone who's not pulling their weight, they need to hit the showers. I don't think she really understands what it means to be part of a team, and someone like that, I don't want him on my squad. It's a purely tactical move. I just think I'll have more chance of getting to the finish line if they're not in the competition. I don't think I should have been voted off. No way. I produced, banked money, answered correctly. I may have got 1 or 2 questions wrong, but so did everyone else. I feel like the whole thing's been a waste of my time. I don't get it. I usually perform under pressure. Obviously, I should have prepared better. I'm finding it really hard to focus here. I'm kind of relieved, to be honest. Things were getting too intense out there. The team was uptight, banking too early. I didn't like the feel on the flow. I'm frankly glad to be off. I probably deserved it anyway. I'll go first. I'll go second. Hey, the others' performances weren't much better either. There's no way I was the worst out there in that round. I thought my performance was actually pretty good. I'm Cindy, I'm 40, and I'm a PE teacher in Boston. I love all sports, both playing and spectating, and heading up to Vermont to ski or windsurf whenever I can. I'm really thrilled to have won. There were others that I thought were stronger than me, so winning is a real achievement. I guess all my hard training has paid off in the end.
I've got no clue. Oh, yeah, I know this. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Huh. Bank. It's definitely the top answer. It's definitely the bottom answer. Yeah, I really bombed. You're right. You're right on. That was really bad. No, I was pretty bad there. No denying. What an idiot I was. I could kick myself getting some of those questions wrong. I must look like a total zombie. I'll be hearing about this from Baltimore to Frisco. I'll never live it down, I guarantee it. He gets so many things messed up. I'd hate to follow his directions. You want to go to Chicago, you end up in Miami. No one can expect to get him all right. But come on, you expect better than what she did. He was so slow I thought his brakes were locked. I don't want to say nothing, but she was like some of these drivers. They have no idea where they're going, and they take all day to get there. If he stayed, I figured we'd end up with nothing in the bank. I hope she has someone to balance her checkbook for her, because if that's how she handles money, she'll end up broke in her old age, I guarantee it. The way I see it, I wouldn't want to drive on a long trip with him, and I don't want him on my team. So I think he should just get out of here. When I see a hitchhiker, I always take a good long look at him before I decide whether to pick him up. Her I would have left standing by the side of the road. Sure, they're a classy act, but I got no chance of winning anything if I'm playing against them, so I'm going to give them the boot right now and vote them off. Let me tell you, I'm ticked, totally. I don't know what they're thinking. They won't be able to bank squat without me. One bad round, and I'm out on my head. That just ain't right. No, I'm just plain mad. I'm not sure I can hear her okay with all the noise in here. I was too busy worried about if we banked enough. Whew, it's hot in here, isn't it? Nah, it doesn't matter that I didn't win. It was great. We all had good times together. That's all that matters. It was a great day off, so no complaints. I'll go first. I'll go second. There's some folks ain't getting nothing right. I banked a ton in the previous round, so I figure I deserve a fair shake. Hey, I'm doing a lot better than some people I could talk about. Hello, my name's Eddie, and I'm 42. I'm a truck driver from Pittsburgh. I'm interested in all kinds of general knowledge and rule at trivia games. I'm sitting on top of the world. All those hours driving around in my truck practicing, it all paid off big time. My old lady'll be stoked.
You got me there. Yes, I know that. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I'm pretty sure that the top one is correct. I'm pretty sure that the bottom one is correct. Yep, some serious errors there. My attention to detail went a bit awry. I wasn't really focused in one or two places. It's those vital lapses at critical moments that upset me the most. That's not the way I normally operate. So I'm really shocked to have been caught off guard like that. I made some critical, fundamental errors of judgment, and I'm sorry to say that they cost me the game. I deserved to go when I did. If I made mistakes like he did, I'd be out of a job in no time. I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror if I made as many mistakes as she did. I'm used to making snap decisions. He seems unable to do anything fast. Planes would be in a holding pattern forever if she had to do my job. She never seemed to get around to bringing them into land. I'm here to enjoy myself, sure, but I want to take something significant home with me, too. And he just isn't helping. I don't think she's made any contribution financially to the team at all. I just know that he and I aren't working well together. When that's the case, something has to give, and on this occasion it's him. There are some people who you wouldn't want in the control tower if you were trying to land a 747. She's definitely one of them. If they stay, I can't see much hope for me, so I'm voting them off now to avoid a crash landing later on. To be voted off at this stage is a shock. In my work, I'm used to concentrating for long periods of time, so my expertise would have been even more useful as the game went on. I personally think it's some of the others who should be worrying about concentrating on things like who was the weakest link, because it certainly wasn't me. I am finding the pressure of the situation a real strain. I usually like to have a bit more time before I make an important decision. Wearing headphones all day must have affected my hearing. Teamwork is important to me, and I think that's what we had out there today. So although I didn't win, I was really happy being part of something positive. I hope they all do really well. I'll go first. I'll go second. Yes, well, controlling planes in the air is a lot less demanding. I don't feel like I'm really getting much support from the rest of the team. I can concentrate. It's just that I prefer to see things on a screen in front of me. I'm William, age 35, and I'm an air traffic controller living in Washington, D.C. I love reading and am interested in landscape photography and auto mechanics. I'm really pleased with the way I controlled the situation and kept my mind on the job. I guess you could say I brought the prize in safely, and I'm absolutely thrilled.
Haven't a clue, sorry. Yes, I know this one. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. You'll find it's the top answer. You'll find it's the bottom answer. You're absolutely right. That round was ghastly. I really had expected to be doing better than this. Really quite appalling. I don't know what's going wrong. What a disaster. Yikes. So silly on one or two of them. I really didn't deserve to win. I'm really quite upset, actually. Imagine not knowing some of those. I won't be able to hold my head up at the club again. Clearly, he is not as strong as the rest of us, and we're having to try and make up for his wrong answers. The number of wrong answers she's given has been, quite frankly, staggering. I don't know what the problem is, but every answer he gives appears to take an eternity. She does appear to have quite a bit of difficulty making up her mind whether or not to answer. Far too many times he didn't bank money when clearly that was the logical thing to do. I think she could have been far more practical where banking money is concerned. I don't like his attitude to the game or to the rest of the team. I don't think he's very cooperative or making much of a contribution. It doesn't appear to me that she really wanted to be a part of the team, and so under the circumstances, I think we all benefit from her removal. They're clearly a very strong player, and common sense dictates that if you're going to win, your best chance is if you're confronting the weakest possible rival in the final round, and for that reason, I'm voting them off. I suspect there was a little envy or inverted snobbery going on. Because I speak well and have an education, people are envious of that. Well, I'm afraid they've only succeeded in hurting themselves, as I'm sure I would have helped them to a far greater total than they're going to reach now. How very, very silly they've all been. I really don't think the spread of the questions has been quite fair. There are some things one simply can't be expected to know about. I do feel that everyone is getting just a little bit frenzied. Do you know, I actually really rather enjoyed the whole experience, despite not doing as well as I'd hoped. There was a lot of good-natured fun and joking, and everyone seemed in pretty good spirits throughout. And as for Anne, she was absolutely delightful. I'll go first. I'll go second. I'm afraid I disagree. I banked money and answered correctly on a number of occasions. I don't really think those sorts of comments are going to help matters. To put it bluntly, there are others who are helping the team a good deal less than I am. My name is Sarah. I'm 47 and I'm a journalist living in Santa Fe. I love meeting and talking with new people and reading society and fashion magazines. I think I managed to win in spite of some of the others, who clearly would have gotten rid of me had I given them the chance. However, I managed to perform so consistently well that they knew they couldn't afford to. I'm very pleased, naturally, and just happy that I was able to show myself in a positive light.
No way, man! Yeah! Pass. Oh, no! Oh, yes! Bank. I think it's the top one. I think it's the bottom one. Yeah, I suppose I could have done better. Nah, you're right. I was bad. I guess I just couldn't hack it in that round. I was just a total moron, like some of the questions I knew them, it's just like I couldn't get my words out or something. I should have done way better. Like, too many wrong ones, I just don't think she can hack it out here. Man, he's slow. Worse than a science lecture. She needs to, do something about this hanging out and saying nothing thing. I'm desperate for some dollars here, but with him around, I ain't gonna get any. She ain't doing nothing to help us get some cash together. He just reminded me of this really boring class I got, and I can't deal with it. I don't know what her problem is, but she didn't like me, and I didn't like her. That's it, I guess. I just can't handle people who get everything right, So if I want to get my hands on the stash, I gotta get rid of them. Well, I just think it's because I'm not into some of the things the others are, So they figured they should dump on me? Fair enough, I suppose, but I just hope they get some questions on the stuff I do know about. Then they'll be sorry. It's like there's too much pressure happening. I never had that stuff in school. I thought I got some pretty stupid questions. It was fun. I had a laugh. It doesn't matter that I didn't win. I never thought I would. It was just really cool being on TV and everything. I'll go first. I'll go second. Hey, I don't know why I'm being picked on when the others were pretty bad too. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. I just think everyone's ganging up on me because I'm the youngest. Yo, I'm Jojo, I'm 16, and I'm a student. I live in Denver, Colorado. I'm into skateboarding, action films, and hip-hop. It's sweet. The dudes at school won't believe it. Neither will the teachers. Maybe I'll start getting better grades from now on.
I'm stumped, y'all. I know this one. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. Definitely, yeah, it's the top one. Definitely, yeah, it's the bottom one. Ooh, I was a disaster that round. Oh my, I'm sure gonna have to pull my head out of the sand, aren't I? Dear me, I'm such a silly Billy. Imagine missing that one. Actually, I kind of shocked myself, There I was doing really well, then, well, you saw what happened. It's an old story with me, can only concentrate about 2 minutes at a time. Still, it doesn't really matter, although it would have been nice to show 1 or 2 people I'm not as thick as they think I am. Did you see how many he got wrong? Can't have that. She just seemed to be getting them all wrong, poor thing. It was like he was waiting for a bus sometimes. It may be fashionable to arrive late for a party, but I think she needs to be a little bit quicker here. I know it's vulgar to talk about money, but he could have helped us build up that old nest egg a little bit more. I was hoping to get a nice little stash from this, but with her around, we'll probably end up with nothing. I'm a people person, that's what I do. I usually just click with people right off, but with him, it's just not happening. We just haven't seemed to hit it off at all. I suppose some people are like that, just not very good in social situations. I'm not sure it's very ladylike and all that, but goodness knows if someone like me's going to have a chance, I can only do it if there are no real smarties left. I mean, they seem nice and all, it's just, well, sometimes you have to play a little bit dirty. Yeah, well, I think it was completely unfair them booting me off like that. Goodness knows there were one or two of them there who were miles worse at the game than I was. It was like they were ganging up on me, just like being back at school, you know? I'm happy just to get away from it, I can tell you. It's disgusting. I am really getting hot and bothered about the number of questions we seem to be missing. Some of these other folks here ain't really with it either, you know? I do think the team as a whole needs to bring it up a notch, not just me. Everyone was really down home and nice, you know? Even Anne, although she can be something else. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it, even though I was admittedly nervous and made an ass of myself once or twice. But nothing new in that, huh? I'll go first. I'll go second. Now look here, y'all don't need to be rude. That's really a terrible thing to say to someone. Why don't y'all have a word with some of the others? They're the ones letting the team down. Hello, y'all. I'm Evelyn. I'm 39, and I run a catering business in Little Rock, Arkansas. My pastimes are communing with nature, riding, and organizing charity events. Who'd have thought it? Little old me turning out to be such an egghead. It really is a kick in the pants. I just can't wait to see what they say at the tennis club.
You got me there. Aha! Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. No problem, it's the top one. No problem, it's the bottom one. It happens, even to the best of us. I wasn't too good in that round, but I'll be back on top in the next one. Can't be perfect all the time. You know, you think it doesn't make a difference, and then I look back. I really feel like I could have won, you know, if I'd just taken it a little more, I don't know, seriously or something. If I had another shot, who knows what would have happened. Every time it came to him, bang, another one wrong. I don't think she's got her act together at all. I was nodding off waiting for him to answer half the time. I don't know what she was waiting for, but the time it took her to answer? Ridiculous. We're here to win some cash, but he doesn't quite seem to have that figured out yet. Maybe she's not into making any dough, but some of us are. That's not going to happen with her around. Some people you just don't gel with, and he's definitely one of them. Way too serious and slow for me, so he's got to go. We just haven't clicked. You win some, you lose some, and she's definitely the loser here. You win some, you lose some, and they look like winners, so they're out of here. You know, I just think the others didn't like me because I tried to play the game with a smile on my face. They're all so serious. It's only money, after all, not life or death. But some of them act like they haven't laughed in years. I guess they thought I wasn't taking it seriously. Maybe I wasn't, compared to them. But I'd rather lose and enjoy myself than win and be all stressed out. I'm way too used to being the one asking the questions. Can you speak up? My hearing seems to be on the fritz. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to give the right answer? It was absolutely fabulous. I don't care about the money. I didn't come on for that. I just wanted to have some fun, get on TV, something to show my buddies at work. You know, my 15 minutes. And as for Anne, well, she's one of a kind. I'll go first. I'll go second. Wait a minute, don't try and play those games with me. When I look around, I see people who don't have a chance of doing as much for the team as me. I'd say I got way more right than I did wrong. That counts for something, doesn't it? Hi, I'm Tony. I'm 39. I'm an executive recruiter from Chicago. I'm into adventure sports, cycling, and all kinds of game shows. As my old man always used to say, the winners can laugh, the losers, they can have a nice life.
No idea, I'm afraid. Oh, yes. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. It should be the top one. Should be the bottom one. Yes, it's true. I took my eye off the ball there. I would like a chance to redeem myself. I'm pretty sure I can do better than that. At least I hope I can. I really should have done better. I'm extremely disappointed. I feel I let myself down. Like the over 50 crowd was counting on me to prove that older players can have some success on this show. I was hoping that could have been me. But, oh well, water under the bridge. Unfortunately, he made too many easy mistakes. I'm afraid she's just getting too many things wrong. He seemed to be just a little bit sluggish a lot of the time. I don't think she's very confident in herself, and it causes her to waste too much time. As a bank manager, I know the importance of money, but unfortunately, he doesn't. In terms of accumulating money for the team, I don't think she's made enough regular deposits. He doesn't really seem to be fitting in with the rest of us. I'm used to having a team around me who know how to work together. For things to work smoothly, you need people who enjoy working as a team. And I don't really think she understands it. It's part of the game, isn't it? You've got to do whatever is necessary to win. And if that means getting rid of someone who might beat you, then so be it. I don't really think it's fair, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the weakest link, not overall. Maybe the others felt threatened by my maturity. I gotta say, I can't help feeling they'll regret it considering some of those who are still in the game. None of them come off as being particularly strong to me. I just couldn't seem to get going that time. I'm afraid I let the stress get to me there. I think I did probably get the most difficult questions in that round. I'm disappointed, definitely. But it's been an interesting experience nonetheless. Everybody's been very nice, and I hope the others do well, even though they did vote me out. I'll go first. I'll go second. I'm not sure that what you're saying is 100% correct. There are definitely others who did worse in comparison. As a matter of fact, I thought I did pretty good, actually. My name is Frank. I'm 66, and I'm a retired bank manager from Phoenix, Arizona. I enjoy watching television, especially news magazine programs, and I like getting away in my camper whenever I can. I'm still not sure I believe it. I appreciate the money, of course, but the real satisfaction is a job well done. I haven't even thought about what I'll spend it all on. I'll have to consult with the boss, my wife, of course. Maybe over a nice dinner.
I don't know that one. Cool, I got it. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. Yes, it's gotta be the top answer. Yes, it's gotta be the bottom answer. Yes, well, I blew it there, didn't I? Yes, it was a little bit of a downer there. Yeah, you're right, I did terribly. I let everyone down on the team, you know? That's what annoys me the most, that I didn't do my best and make a real contribution. I should have just chilled out, focused, and gone with the flow. He just kept blowing it, even on the really easy ones. You can't carry people like we had to do with her in that round. He seemed really hassled, and that wasted a lot of time. He needs to chill out. She needs to get her head together and stop wasting so much time. He wasn't thinking about things, so we missed tons of chances to build the pot. You gotta keep an eye on how the money thing is going, but she didn't, and that blew it, so we hardly got anything. It's just, I could tell we're not coming from the same place, and so he and I were never gonna make it on the same team. There was no communication going on between us, you know? We just didn't connect. Yeah, well, I suppose it's not very cool or anything, but they never seemed to get any wrong, so if I made it all the way, I'd never beat them. So I guess it's best to get rid of someone like that now. I think it was personal, nothing to do with what I did for the team. I could sense right away that some of the others didn't really like me, so they thought it would be fun to gang up on me. If that's how people want to play, fine, but that's definitely not my style. A lot of the questions were about things I'm just not into. Things were just getting too frantic and hassled. There's too many distractions in here, you know? I don't mind losing. That's not what this is all about. It's about having a good time, meeting new people, new experiences, that kind of thing. So I guess I'm okay with it all. I hope the others do really well. Good luck, guys. I'll go first. I'll go second. No way is that fair. I don't think you need to get personal. There's no value in that. I did my best, you know, and I think that's the important thing. Hello, I'm Jules. I'm 21 and I'm studying fashion design in New York City. I'm into visual and performance art, travel, and anything connected to fashion. Let me tell you, the best thing about winning is that I won't have to take out another student loan. I thought that we played as a team and we were really great, and for me, the camaraderie, that was the most important thing.
I don't know that. Now, I think I've got it. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. I think it's the top one. I think it's the bottom one. No, I didn't do too good there. Yeah, not totally together, was it? Yes, that was just plain bad, wasn't it? Oh man, everyone at the restaurant's gonna hassle me now, especially with some of the questions I got wrong. They'll all be telling me how easy they were, and maybe they're right. Maybe I'd better not go home at all. When someone keeps making stupid mistakes like he did, I think they ought to go, you know? Of course, she did get a lot of questions wrong there. At work back home, if I took as long to take an order as he did answering, they'd fire me. We need her to go so we can get through the questions before next Christmas. If I had to count on him to make me enough money to buy me a ticket back home, I think I'd be stuck here forever. I was hoping we'd all be able to make a few bucks, you know, but she didn't seem to want to bank anything. Ever. In my job, you know, I'm used to talking to all kinds of people. Some you might smile and just say hello, but you would definitely not want to sit down and shoot the breeze with them. Well, he's definitely one of those. She and I just haven't hit it off. Maybe I'm like too loud for her or something, but I could tell right away we'd never get on. So I guess she better just get off. Sure, it's a tough game, you know, and if you want to be a winner, you got to play tough too. And they're pretty good, you know, so I think they've got to go. I just think, you know, a few of them out there, they're like total snobs. Don't think someone like me should be out there, you know. To be honest, I'd be happy to see any of them go next. None of them are particularly nice people, you know. Gee, you know, everything was going so fast there at one point. I was doing the best that I could, you know, trying to get the pot up and everything. Sorry, I thought I should at least guess, you know. Oh, this kind of thing happens, you know. I probably wasn't doing as good as the rest of them anyway. It's been a lot of fun, though, and everyone here's been cool. Thanks a lot. I'll go first. I'll go second. Oh, come on now. That's not very nice. Hey, I'm pretty sure I was doing better than some of the others, you know. I was trying as hard as I could. I just got a lot of tough questions, that's all. Hi, I'm Mary. I'm 28 and I'm a waitress from Austin, Texas. I love watching old movies, playing all types of sports, and spending time with my friends. It's a trip. All this way and I got something to show for it. I hope everyone's watching back home. They'd better be.
Haven't a clue. I know this one. Pass. Oh no. Oh yes. Bank. Definitely the top one. Definitely the bottom one. It's just ridiculous. I totally should have known that. I'm blown away at how bad I'm doing. I feel really annoyed at what just went on. I think I'd let myself get rattled by what the others were doing. You know, worrying about them, how badly some of them answered. And so when my own questions came up, my mind was elsewhere. Next time, I'll definitely be worrying about myself, not the well-being of the team. The number of wrong answers he gave is absolutely unacceptable. I'm sure the statistics will back me up when I say she was incorrect far more often than anyone else. Every time you come to him, time just disappears. He's way too slow and deliberate. She obviously lacks confidence in her own abilities, but there's no reason why the rest of us should suffer because of her indecision. Banking money is essential to success, but he did not contribute at all in that round. In terms of money banked, she let everybody down in that round, so we need to get rid of her, fast. I think he lacks passion, ambition, vision. I want to be on a team with winners. I can't see us getting anywhere with her on the team. I don't really think she wants to be here, so I guess she's going to get her wish. There are times when you've got to admit that someone's better than you, but rather than straightforward confrontation, you've got to try a different approach. Voting them off seems the smart thing to do. I'm furious. No one really had a thought-out strategy about when to bank, that kind of thing. It was all left up to me. I was the only one doing it. Without me, there'd probably be nothing in the pot. Then they'd go and... Well, I hope that's exactly what they end up with. Nothing. I mean, some of these questions, they're just ridiculous. There's no strategy, no plan. It's like everyone's just playing for themselves. I think I could do with a little more help for one or two people. I gave my all for the team. I hope everybody appreciated that. I hope they're able to build on what I did for them and go on and make a good total. I wish them all the luck in the world. I'll go first. I'll go second. I totally don't think I was even close to being the weakest player in that round. No, I can't handle that I'm doing even close to that bad. I actually think the team's being let down way more by one or two other people. Hi, my name's Samantha. I'm 20 and I'm a store manager from Miami. My hobbies are jogging, staying fit, and taking my dogs for long walks on the beach. I think I was the one who did the most work. I definitely answered the most questions correctly and banked the most money. So I guess it's only right that I should have won. It's what I came here for, right?
Oh dear. I do know this. Pass. Oh no. Oh yes. Bank. I think it's the top one. I think it's the bottom one. Yes, I didn't perform as well as I could have. I definitely could have done better. It was a bad round for me, yes. I think I let the others' attitudes affect me. I was getting too flustered because they thought I took too long to answer or something. It's silly, really, because I don't normally let people influence me like that. It must have been the lights, the cameras, and Anne. I must say, she really intimidated me. I'm sorry, but he just seemed to be the one who was always getting things wrong. I think the number of questions that she got wrong has really let us all down. He was a little bit slow in answering a few too many times. I understand that people want to make sure before they answer, but she seems to hesitate too long over every question. I just think he could have banked a little more for us. I had hoped by now we would have more money behind us, but I don't think she's been banking as often as she could. I normally get along with people from all walks of life, but we just don't seem to be working together very well. I don't quite know why, but we haven't really seemed to hit it off at all, and I think the whole team will probably work more smoothly without her. They do seem good, so I'm a little ashamed to say that I think I might have a better chance of winning without them. I'm sorry, but I suppose that's the way it is. I didn't like the way the voting went at all. We were supposed to be a team, but I don't think the others saw it like that. People were too concerned with looking out for themselves. I don't really think people like that deserve to win anything at all. I think I misheard one or two of the questions. I think the pressure really affected me. Yes, to be honest, I'm feeling really nervous. I have to say I did better than I expected. I'm honestly surprised that I managed to answer as many questions as I did. It's easy at home, but when you're here, it's scary. I'll go first. I'll go second. Well, if that's the way people want to see it. I don't think I did as bad as everyone's saying. I feel like the others are being unfair, making me the scapegoat. I'm Angela, 43. I'm a county clerk for Madison, Wisconsin. I like long walks in the countryside and watching the birds in my garden. It's been a great day anyway, but winning makes it even better. I'm actually in a state of shock right now. I've never won anything before, not even a raffle. I don't know what I'll spend the money on, but I know I'll enjoy it.
I have no clue. I know the answer. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. Definitely the correct answer is the top one. Definitely the correct answer is the bottom one. Yes, I know I can do better. No, it doesn't look too good, does it? No, that was a disaster. That last round is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Idiotic. I was totally stupid. I cannot believe I didn't come up with some of those answers. I'm never going to hear the end of this from my family when I get home. It's going to be ugly. He was just getting too many wrong answers. I'm pretty sure she was responsible for most of the wrong answers in that round. Time is of the essence, and he's just too slow. I think we need people on the team who are much more decisive than she is. We need to keep building the pot up, but he seems to have forgotten that, so we're getting nowhere. I just think she missed too many chances to build up money for us in that round. I'm not sure his sense of team spirit is really there. I don't think he's really with us. I think she's too interested in staying in the game as opposed to working as a part of the team. That's not the way to succeed. I'm convinced we'd be better off without her. Although it might not be the ideal situation, the game does demand a certain ruthlessness. Unfortunately, that involves voting people off who you think might be potential rivals. And that's the case here. Why was I voted off? I'd really like someone to tell me. I mean, no one else out there is any Albert Einstein. It's not very magnanimous, I know, but it makes me feel better knowing that whoever wins won't be taking home as much money as they could have if they'd kept me on the team. I feel like I was being rushed too much. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Honestly, I think my questions were on the hard side. My mind just seemed to go blank. I thought I knew it, but naturally being voted off is disappointing. But having said that, someone's got to lose. The entire experience has been a pleasure. But as far as who's going to win, I just don't know. Far as I can tell, everybody seems to be pretty evenly matched. I'll go first. I'll go second. I think I'm being singled out unfairly when others haven't performed nearly as well. I cannot believe that statistically, I'm the worst. Why don't you ask some of the others what they feel they've contributed? I'm Alan, age 41. I'm a CPA from Grand Forks, North Dakota. I take a strong interest in local politics, and I write for my local paper. The whole thing's been a kick, coming on the show, meeting all the people, seeing Anne, of course. But to win, I'm on top of the world.
I do not know the answer at this time. I feel I know what this one may be. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. In my opinion, it's the top answer. In my opinion, it's the bottom answer. Absolutely correct. My success rate was subpar. I just haven't performed. But I predict a quick turnaround. The evidence would seem to suggest that I scored poorly in that round. Frankly, I created problems for myself in one or two places by not being completely sure of my response before making it, and that lack of confidence caused me to delay my response times. I'm very disappointed to have let myself down, but more importantly, I feel like I've also let down my family and my constituents who so generously supported me. To all of them, I can only apologize. On too many occasions, I found that his answers did not correspond with the facts as they are generally known. Her responses to your questions were very poor in every respect. I believe that his hesitation when answering was detrimental to the overall possibility of the team's success. Her reluctance to give any sort of answer at all was too often costly to our overall performance. There appears to be a clear reluctance on his part to accumulate wealth for the team. In respect to building up the team's wealth, I felt that her contribution was far below that of my fellow competitors and myself. I'm astute at assessing people's characters, and in this instance, I felt that he was not a terribly reliable person, not the kind of person I'd like to be associated with. I don't regard her personality as compatible with this team, and I believe that the beneficial effects of her removal will represent a helping hand for everyone. This player's overall strength seemed to indicate that I would not be competitive against them if I were to reach the final round. So I have taken action to ensure that that eventuality does not happen. Clearly, the whole tenor of the game was not being conducted in an open and honest manner. People might have felt intimidated by my political position in life, or perhaps my demeanor was making them feel uncomfortable. But as I always say, before people criticize, maybe they should take a good look inside themselves first. Perhaps they should all think about that. I'm not sure the whole style of questioning is to my liking. On several occasions, I admit I was not completely sure of my facts. I actually feel an element of conspiracy in the air. I would like to thank everyone involved for their generous and warm hospitality and for ensuring that the events throughout the day ran smoothly and without incident. I'll go first. I'll go second. I sincerely refute any such claim that I was not contributing to the team. I would like to see some evidence for your assertion. I would put it to you that your statement is questionable from several points of view. My name is Steve. I'm 37 years old. I'm a city councilman in Hartford, Connecticut. My interests include restoring classic cars and the history of the steam engine. I'm extremely satisfied to have been successful. Meticulous and dedicated preparation was the key, and I'm gratified that the many long, lonely hours of study I put in have paid off. I'd like to dedicate this victory to my community in Hartford and to my family.
Like I don't know this one. Yes, I've got this one. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. Hang on, I think it's the top answer. Hang on, I think it's the bottom answer. I hope the others weren't going to notice how badly I'd done, you know. Well, you know, I guess I must have been the weakest that time. I guess I should have done a bit more banking. I just had a blank in that round, you know. Really stupid, wasn't I? Deserved to get booted off. And I was a bit nervous. You know, people staring at you and Anne rushing you. It made me kind of sick, actually. Well, you know, he keeps getting everything wrong, you know. You have to be able to get some questions right? Otherwise, what's the point of being here? I think his reflexes must be going, because he seemed to take so long to answer. I know my grandpa could answer the questions quicker than she did. I don't think he knows that we're supposed to try to make some money here. My mom says I'm lousy when it comes to money, but I'm not as bad as she was in that round. Well, you know, he just didn't seem to fit in with the rest of the group. Everyone is working together, but he's holding us back. We've just got to get rid of him. I know we'll all be able to get on much better when she's gone. There's something about her that I just don't like, you know? Sorry, I bet that sounds really awful. Well, this is my chance to get ahead, vote off all these goody two-shoes who always know the answers, and then I'm in. I just think, you know, they wanted to get rid of me right from the start because I'm so young or something. But if they'd really paid attention, they'd have seen I was actually doing pretty good. Some of them were a bit patronizing, you know, so I hope they don't get that much, actually. Serves them right. You know, I think the questions were more for older people. I haven't done some of those things at school yet. I think everyone was expecting me to hurry too much, you know? I guess, you know, I was letting them down a bit, so I suppose I had to go. That's the way it is, I guess. But it was really fun, you know, being on the show and everything. All my friends at school think it's cool, so it's cool. I'll go first. I'll go second. Well, you know, I don't think it's fair you can say that. I wasn't so bad, not compared with some of them. Some of the older ones were getting just as many wrong as me, so why not pick on them? I'm Ruth, 17, a high school senior from Kansas City, Kansas. I love sports, especially watching football and playing softball, and I like listening to music. It's sweet, you know, I can't believe it. I'm going to go straight out and get myself a new car because I just passed my driving test. It's going to be great.
Nope, that one's beyond me. Oh, yes, got this. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. Simple, it's the top one. Simple, it's the bottom one. I could possibly have performed a little better there. Perhaps there are one or two areas where I need to be a bit sharper. Made a mockery of things there, yes. I'm at a loss for words. I've really let myself down, and that's not a feeling I'm very familiar with. I can't believe some of the absolutely absurd answers I gave. I am quite honestly ashamed of myself. Simply too many weak areas to his game. She's wrong too often, nothing more than that. Clearly isn't used to making important decisions, or any decisions as quickly as I do, and that's dragging us down. She's a vacillator. We don't need someone like that on the team. My job is to make money, but he wouldn't last 5 minutes in this city with his financial acumen, or lack of it. I don't really think she's used to seeing such big sums of money, so every time it came to her, she missed the chance to make some. Some people don't have what it takes. This is a battle, not a playground. And he just doesn't have the personality or intellect to survive. She's not tough enough to be here, so she shouldn't be. My business is all about minimizing risk, and that's what I'm doing here. With them out of the way, my chances of winning increase dramatically, so it's a gamble I'm fully prepared to take. I am quite simply incensed. I think the behavior of the others has been intolerable. My performance outshined any number of others significantly. I think they've been extremely short-sighted in ejecting me at this stage, and I'm afraid that the return on their investment is going to look pretty poor without my contribution. I'm not really sure the questions are pitched at my level. I don't actually think the questions are coming across very clearly. There's a rather frenetic atmosphere developing that doesn't help one's concentration. I hadn't been doing quite as well when I was voted off, so I suppose that's only fair. I certainly would have done the same thing without a moment's hesitation. I just hope they can fill my shoes. I'll go first. I'll go second. I have to say, I think you've simply got it wrong. It's ludicrous to suggest that I was the weakest player in that round. Clearly, there are others contributing far less than I am. I'm Nick, 45, a commodities trader from Atlanta. I'm keenly interested in current affairs and would like to get involved in both national and local politics. Really, I had expected to do pretty well. I would have been shocked if I hadn't. Having said that, I enjoyed the competitive edge, and that made winning all the more fulfilling. Good play all around.
Oh, I don't know. Yes, hang on. I've got it. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Bank. It's, I think it's the top answer. It's, I think it's the bottom answer. I know. I was hopeless, wasn't I? No, I'm not very good. I'm not up to it, no. At first, I was really scared, but then I started to get a little more confident, and I thought I might be able to. But then I did something really stupid. I think I stopped thinking. I do that sometimes. And then it was too late. I was out. Oh well. Even I know you've got to get as many answers right as you can, and he just doesn't seem to be doing that good. I'm sorry, but she doesn't really seem to know that many, does she? He seemed to be taking a really long time over everything. I thought she might pick up the pace a little, but she just never did. I just wish she'd put a little more in the bank for us, that's all. I know it's hard, but you've got to try and remember to bank a little sometimes. He seems a little mean in my book, and I don't think he's making the team very happy. I think she's just a little bit too selfish, you know what I mean? And that's not really working for the rest of the team, is it? I'm really sorry. I know it's horrible, but I'm voting them off because I think they're the strongest player, and I've got even less chance of winning if they stay. I didn't like it, not one little bit. People staring at me, muttering under their breath. I hated it, and I think they were all really rude to me, trying to get me to hurry up. No wonder I got so many wrong, everybody picking on me like that. And Anne, she just made me so nervous. I was too scared to even look at her. I'm totally nervous. I was trying really hard not to make a mistake. Everything is happening too fast for me. I was so relieved to get out of there. Never again. I mean, all the people were nice and everything, but no, it's too much. I just wanted to cry half the time. And when she looked at me, no, I'd never do it again. Not for $1 million. No way. I'll go first. I'll go second. I'm really sorry, but I tried. Maybe I'm not absolutely the worst one. I hope not. I don't think I was that bad. I did get some right. I'm Jenny. I'm 31, and I'm a receptionist. I live in Las Vegas. I like going out, movies, makeovers, and manicures. I still can't believe it. It's just, oh my goodness. No, it can't be true. I'm so happy.
I got no idea. Bingo. Pass. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Bank. Got it. It's the top one for sure. Got it. It's the bottom one for sure. Straight up, I stunk. Yeah, really bad. I let everyone down in that round. I blew it, know what I mean? Some of the questions I got wrong. You gotta laugh it off, I guess. I can hear my old lady now. She'll have me working overtime for a year to make up the dough I blew today. You'd never make it as a cabbie. Keeps going down too many blind alleys, know what I mean? It's plain as day, ain't it? Did she get any right in that round? Waiting for him to answer was worse than being stuck in traffic on the George Washington Bridge. My 90-year-old grandma could have answered quicker than she did. Tell you what, if my meter clocked up the money as slowly as he did, I'd be broke in a week. If she tips as bad as she builds up bank, remind me never to pick her up in my cab. Don't get me wrong, I get along with everyone. You got to. But some people, man, you wouldn't want them in the back of your cab on a full moon, know what I mean? I could tell right from the get-go she was going to be trouble. Cabbies are good like that, figuring people out, and that's where we want her. Out of the team. Look, no one gets nowhere in this world playing Mr. Nice Guy. If someone looks like they might rough you up, you gotta take them out. Nothing personal, it's business, ain't it? I'm blowing a gasket here. People treated me like dirt. I banked a ton of coin, had one bad round, and I'm out of my ear. It's a disgrace. Hope none of them wins it. I thought the questions I got were a little rough. Man, a guy don't get a chance to think out here. I was rocking and rolling, you know, but things just didn't go my way. Hey, I was just happy to help out, you know? I pumped the pot up a little, that was sweet. Would have liked to have stayed longer, though, but that's life. Good luck to the rest of them. I'll go first. I'll go second. No way was I the weakest in that round. Take it easy on me here. And go ahead and laugh. The others made me look like some kind of Einstein. I'm Barry, 38, and I'm a New York cabbie from Brooklyn. I like working hard, playing hard, and go Knicks. I got game. I ruled. A peak performance. Early on, things were kind of touch and go, but then I got my act together. I'm walking on cloud 9 here.
Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. 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 Let's play the weakest link. Start.